Hi Pisces, I'm Nick. This is going to be your October mid-month reading. So last few weeks of October up to Halloween, but whenever you watch this reading is probably when you're meant to watch it, okay? And these are general messages, so it may not apply to every single person. So if it doesn't fit your situation, please don't force it and just carry on with your day. I would suggest to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs because these are all aspects of who you are, and you may resonate a little bit more with one or get more information on the other at times, okay? I will have the extended reading below as usual if you're interested, okay? And if you want to follow me on my Instagram, it is at Nicloves with 2 eyes. All right, and as you guys may already have been seeing, I'm now doing weekly readings, monthly and mid-monthly readings, all right? So hopefully you'll get a chance to check them all out and enjoy them. And for today, while I was meditating on your energy, what I first received was like static noises, like sound, like and then the image that I saw was of, like, you know, those old school TVs back in the day. If you're younger, maybe you don't remember, but they're like heavier and they had the big antennas, like long antennas. It was like black and white, and the screen, you know, like what happens when, you know, there's a lost connection or something and the show stops showing. It's like you just see like the black or gray screen and like the white line things. That's what I saw. So I'm kind of feeling like the energy for these next 2 weeks, there's gonna be like needing to reconnect something, or something's gonna be put on like a pause in order to look at it to get more information, or to kind of rebalance things. So this is going to apply to probably many aspects and areas in your life. There may be something that stops working all of a sudden, but it probably doesn't mean that's going to end. Like, it's just going to stop. Like, the TV's not just going to like stop working. It's just momentarily it's going to seem like that, so that the connection could be reconnected. That's pretty much what I'm picking up. And obviously we are coming into Halloween, and as you know, on Halloween we actually begin Mercury retrograde, as Mercury will be in Scorpio as we enter into Scorpio season, pretty much, you know. So it's going to be a really intense, deep time, and these next few weeks are actually going to be really, really important for many of us, but especially you guys, as I'm picking up already. So we'll talk about everything right now in the reading, but that's pretty much what's going to be going on. There's going to be something that's going to maybe stop working momentarily, but it doesn't mean that's going to completely stop. It's just going to be a little like, oh, what's going on? You know, it's going to you're going to have to put your attention into it. It's going to grab your attention. All right. So obviously it's going to mean different things for everyone, but applied how you find fit. We'll kind of see if it kind of goes in and makes sense with the rest of the reading. Okay, so let's just get right into it. And then your positive affirmation that you guys got today is, I attract positive, healthy relationships. Thank goodness. Like, this is so important, and especially for you guys, well, I'm a Pisces too, for us, this is something that we struggle with a lot of times. So I'm so glad this came out for us, because it's like, makes perfect sense. So what I want you to do, and we'll say it together out loud, is to say it together. I attract positive, healthy relationships. So I attract positive, healthy relationships. And as you're saying it, really believe it. Say it as if like you know this is something that you deserve and that it's going to happen in your life, okay? I attract positive, healthy relationships. I attract positive, healthy relationships. I attract positive, healthy relationships. Okay, good. And I would love for you guys to jot it down somewhere on a piece of paper, on a notepad, on your phone, type it up, and say it every day, if possible, a few times a day, preferably in the morning as you wake up, and then at night before you fall to sleep, okay? It's just like an important little reminder for you to give yourself in these next few weeks. And then for our next reading, we'll have a different positive affirmation, okay? And then as your 3 natural gifts and strength this month, your first one is divine child. Divine child. So in these next 2 weeks, you guys are going to have this really closer connection to source, to the higher ethers, you know, to your angels, to your guides. You're going to have this connection. You're going to know things. You're going to be more intuitive. Or if you're psychic, it's going to be heightened. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going on. and things are going to be getting your attention again, like that static sound, like you may hear high-pitched sounds, or you may hear actual voices or see things, but you're going to have this strong connection, okay? So it's going to be important to listen to that and use that to your advantage. Embrace it. Don't be scared of it or think, oh, I'm going crazy. You're not going crazy, okay? Use it and listen to it and see what the signs are telling you. What are you thinking about, or what were you doing right at that time when you received those messages or saw that sign, okay? It's going to be really important. So it says, innocence, purity, and redemption suggest a special connection with the divine. There's this innocence about you that no one else really embodies except you. And so you're able to have this special connection to the spirit world that many others maybe don't. And I'm not saying other people don't, but you guys especially have this special bond, this connection, and you're highly protected and looked after. So these next 2 weeks, really listen to yourself, listen to your higher self. It's going to be really important to talk to yourself and meditate, because you're going to be receiving a lot of messages, okay, a lot of downloads. So pay attention to that. It's going to be one of your strengths and natural gifts, and especially in the next few weeks, okay? And these are all things that you probably are already good at, but I'm highlighting them because these are things that are going to be more emphasized, heightened in the next few weeks, okay? And then we have storyteller. So this is telling me whatever you have to say, your story, your communication is going to be really important. You're going to have a way of communicating where people are going to hear you and understand you more so than like any other time before. And if you are a writer, if you are a poet, if you are a musician or anything like that, these next few weeks are going to be a really good time for you to write or publish or post out there, get your ideas written. It says here, ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So you're going to be going through a lot of experiences and be able to express a lot of that. And it's going to be something you'll be really good at. Maybe some of you could be really good writers, or like at school, you'll do really good essays. You'll write really good, I don't know, you'll get really good grades when it comes to literature or writing. If you're in the arts at work, you might write up a really good article or something, or like something, a communication or an email you sent to a client or to your boss is going to be well received. So these next few weeks, really important for you talking and communicating, expressing what you mean to say, okay? And then we have Queen. This one says, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Okay, so a lot of you are really going to be having this strong presence amongst others these next 2 weeks. And Queen doesn't matter, regardless of gender, if you're male or female. It's just the regality of everything. You're going to have this strong power about you that other people are going to see and notice. So use that to your advantage. If you feel very strong and confident, you feel like you need to protect someone, you need to speak out for someone or speak out for yourself, do so, okay? Because it's going to be something that'll go more in your favor. People will understand you and see and hear you better than usually, okay? So keep these in mind. And then in the extended, we're going to look at 3 things you should be aware of or be more cautious of in the next few weeks, all right? Okay, so Pisces, I'm seeing when it comes to your health, you're going to be cutting something out or being slowly, taking little things off, whether it is like part of your diet, like food or certain drinks, certain habits, maybe like online shopping. It could be all sorts of stuff, but I feel like you're cutting something out, whether it's for your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. You're cutting things out that are not good for you. And then by doing so, you're going to find that, you feel free, you feel more liberated, you're going to feel better, because maybe there's these certain attachments you had to things that you thought, no, they just make me feel comfortable. Like, this is what I've always done. This is what I've always known. But as soon as you get real and honest with yourself, you realize, you're like, no, this is actually not good for me. This is making me more sick, or this is giving me more anxiety, more stress. And by cutting it out, you're going to be much happier. So things are going to be completing. You have the 10 of Cups as your result outcome. So this is really, really good. You're going to end up being a lot happier, more fulfilled emotionally by cutting things out that are stressful or give you anxiety, are playing games with your head, or in the physical realm are things that you have become too attached to that maybe are not as important as it may seem. Some of you could be like, you just love soda, or you love chips, or you love certain foods that you know are not really good for you. Maybe you feel sick afterwards and you're like, oh, it just tastes so good, I love it. But as soon as you get honest with yourself and you realize, you know what, this is making me sick, I can't keep doing this, I'm so bloated and it hurts. And you can replace it maybe with something else that's kind of similar but maybe healthier, you know? Sorry guys, someone called me, so I completely cut off my video. Anyways, so you're going to be cutting something out of your diet or out of your life, or doing something that you've been doing that maybe is not that good for you, but ended up seeing that it was the best decision that you made for yourself. Okay, so in these next 2 weeks, you're going to be you're going to be this talk with yourself, and becoming more real, more honest about maybe your inner demons or your fears or things that you've been doing that are not good for you. And then when it comes to like with friends and family, I'm also saying that there may be some friends or maybe even some family members, people around you that you know really don't always have your back, that maybe are always talking or gossiping about you or being mean or saying rude things. And I feel like now you're gonna have the time, now it's gonna be the time where you confront these people, even at work too. And I'm not saying you're gonna go fight or anything, like don't do that, but I feel like you're actually going to be like, you know what, I've had enough and I'm gonna speak out now. Instead of being passive and just letting things slide, I'm gonna speak up for myself. I'm gonna say what I need to say because this is important, it's been bothering me and I deserve respect. So I'm so proud of you for doing so, and I definitely support that. You're going to be speaking up for yourself and just having a conversation with someone, probably saying, hey, you know, and I think what's going to happen is you're going to go into the conversation thinking, okay, I'm completely cutting off this friendship or this connection, it's going to be done, I just need to say what I need to say and then it's over. But what's actually going to happen, you're going to go into the conversation, you're going to say what you need to say and say, hey, I don't like that you've been doing A plus B plus C and this is how I feel, and I don't know, you know, what you think, but this can't continue anymore. So you're going to speak out about what's been bothering you or what's been going on. There may be a little bit of an argument, a little bit of misunderstanding between you and another person, but I think it's just because they may not be used to you actually sticking up for yourself and confronting and saying it. They're just like, what? But what's going to happen is that everything's going to come out like Pandora's box. Like all these things are going to be coming out that you've been holding in that have been bothering you, and this person's going to see it and then they're going to actually acknowledge it. At first you may think, oh, this is going to end, this is going to be terrible, but I just need to do it, I just need to say it. But what's going to actually happen is this person's going to be held kind of like in shock and then be like, you know what, I hear you and you're right, and you're going to be like, oh, what, they just said that? They're going to acknowledge you and there's a big decision that's going to be made. And this decision is actually going to go better than you expect. It's going to go towards your favor, actually in favor and really for both, because it's going to lead to more like more honesty and more truth and being connected more on a deeper level, and more emotional fulfillment. So with like, you know, in your work, school, friends, or connections, things are going to be coming to the surface that were bothering you because you're speaking out about it. And in turn, they're going to give you more respect for it and see that you're actually right, and that you have been putting up and dealing with so much and it's not fair. So you may think that's going to be ending, but it's actually not ending. It's actually going to be a new start for a new, more solid, more real relationship that's more balanced. And sometimes that's what people need. They just need to be called out on their BS, you know, and I think that's what you're doing. And you're doing it in a very like polite, adult manner, mature way. You're not, hopefully, I don't want you to lash out and be cussing people out, do nothing like that. You just have to have your points, your bullet points, and it's going to make sense. They'll be like, wow, well, they're right, you know? And so through that, at first it may be a little uncomfortable, maybe kind of intense, you're gonna be kind of scared possibly, but it's actually gonna turn out for the best. So if you need to say something these next 2 weeks, please do so in the next 2 weeks, because as soon as Halloween hits and November is here, we're in Mercury retrograde and things are intense, things are deep, we're in Scorpio season, and you know, things can get clouded. So you want to say what you need to say right now. If not, you probably have to wait till like December, and that's a little over a month, because I think the retrograde ends on the 9th, December 9th. All right, so, and then when it comes to your like love and relationships, I'm seeing that if those of you are on a relationship, you're going to be having some discussion with your partner, with your person, and things are going to be talked about, things that make you uncomfortable, things, if you guys been having some issues, you guys are going to be talking about, you're going to be addressing it, whether it's on your end or their end, on both of you. You're going to be like, okay, I realize that I've been doing this and I'm sorry I've been doing that, and you're going to be talking about it. And I think that's when the relationship's going to get better, as soon as you guys address it and talk about it and not ignore it and push it to the side, because as you ignore it, the resentment grows, you know? So you're going to be addressing it, and that's when the relationship, is going to get stronger and get better. You're going to be much happier. And then for those of you who are single or in a situationship or talking to someone, you're probably going to have a discussion again, an argument with someone, or be addressing something like, hey, what's going on? Or like, why are you doing this? How come sometimes you answer me, sometimes you don't? Or you give me mixed signals? Or like, you guys are going to talk. And I think this time you're going to have a different approach to things. You're going to be more confident and not as scared to say what you need to say. I feel like the Libra air, the Libra energy, the cardinal air is going to give you the push to kind of initiate and say what you need to say, and do so with confidence. And you're going to be addressing things, be like, you've been doing this, or I've been doing this, and this can't keep going on like this. We need to fix this, or this needs to end, or something needs to happen, because we can't continue doing these things. And by doing so, you're gonna have a good ending, a good result, okay? At first, it's gonna seem scary, but actually things are not gonna end. So if you've been dealing with someone, you're like, oh, this is over, you know, I don't know what's going on, like they don't respect me, or I don't know how they feel, and they abuse me or are mean to me, I actually don't feel like it's gonna end. I think things are gonna be getting better as soon as you speak up and say what you need to say, and all the darkness, all the fears and the pain and stuff is released, and you guys can both address it and talk about it and fix it. So I think a lot of things are going to be getting fixed these next 2 weeks. But if you don't speak up and you don't talk about it, then I'm not sure if that'll happen for you. But this is the energy that's going to go in your favor if you work accordingly with it. I'm seeing some of you could be dealing with a air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, maybe a Capricorn, or another Pisces. But I feel more so it's an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or a Capricorn. But I'm seeing that things are going to be getting better. You're going to be closer, building a stronger bond with each other, understanding each other more. So people who don't make it towards the end, they're not going to make it. But if those of you who have been working towards it and talking about it, you're going to end up becoming stronger and better from this. So there's going to be some changes that happen in the way you guys communicate and talk with each other. And at first they may be kind of defensive and may want to have the upper hand and not hear you out. But as soon as you keep talking and keep listening, they're going to get quieter. At first they may try to talk over you, but as you keep talking and listing your points and sounding very clear and logical and making sense, they're going to sit back down and hear you out more and be more quiet. You'll notice it. You'll see it. They're just going to be like taking it all in, as opposed to being like, you know, angry. And as you finish saying what you need to say, they're going to acknowledge you and be like, you know what, I think you're right. Or even if they don't say that, you're going to see something, a change in them, and a big decision is going to be made for you guys. So this big decision could either be someone stops whatever they've been doing that's been negative or been hurting you or something, or they start doing something that you've been wanting them to do, or you guys finally make it official or become a couple or become exclusive, or they stop hiding things from you. It's like all types of stuff, but it's just like a big decision that's going to happen, that's going to be made on their end, that you've been kind of wanting, but you almost gave up hope that it would happen, but now it's going to happen because they see, wow, you know what, Pisces makes sense, and I think it's time I do this. They're going to be revealing something to you. They're going to be revealing something's coming to the light. A lot of truth, a lot of honesty, real feelings. I think you're going to be seeing a softer side to them. You're going to be feeling more intimately close to them. Emotionally, they're going to be opening up. And maybe that's part of the reason that you felt like emotionally they weren't saying anything. You guys weren't communicating, or you didn't know where you stood with them. And you felt closed off. You felt like they were closed off. So I feel like a lot of things, their heart is opening to you. and a lot of things are being revealed. So we're going to be clarifying what exactly they're going to be saying or what's being revealed here, and clarifying everything we saw. But there's definitely going to be a big decision that's going to be happening between you and another person that they're going to be making, and a lot of feelings, a lot of their inner truth of what's been going on and what they're thinking, feeling is going to be revealed. They're going to be talking to you about it. Okay, so these next few weeks is going to be really, really important, you guys. Like, I can't say specifically what it is for each and every one of you because this is general, but I'm telling you, it's really, really powerful time. So please be careful with what you're doing, what you're saying. Be really honest with yourself. Be honest and truthful of how you want to live the next few, your next years. And what you do now is really going to determine what happens moving on to 2020. Okay, so this is a really, really important time. Speak up if you need to speak up. If you need to say something, say it. Don't hold it in. Don't be passive. Speak your mind. If something's been bothering you and you know it's not right, say what you need to say, because your voice is important and you need to be happy. The more you let it linger and wait, guess what? The bigger it's going to get, and it's going to bother you even more, and things are not going to get better. So if you want things to get better, you need to act out. You need to say what you need to say, and you're going to be really smart. These next 2 weeks, your brain is going to be on another level. You are really going to be able to process a lot of things and think of solutions, think of ideas, think of innovative things. For the first time, you may feel like, wow, what I'm actually thinking and feeling is actually being expressed in the way that I want it to. Whereas in the past, maybe like it's been harder. It's usually hard for people to understand what you're actually trying to say because it doesn't come out the way you want it to. And trust me, I understand. I have my Mercury in Pisces, so sometimes what I need to say doesn't get expressed the way I want it to and can get confusing. So I totally get it. And being a Pisces sun, So these next 2 weeks, really, really important. Speak up. Say what you need to say. Okay, say what you need to say. Cut out whatever you need to cut out that you know is not good for you, whether it's food, people, habits, addictions, anything. Because if you do all these things, you're going to be happier. You're going to be getting this 10 of Cups, this happiness, fulfillment in all areas of your life. Love, health, relationships, finances, all those things. Okay, so we're going to be clarifying a little bit more in the extended and looking into this person, who they are, what are they thinking, feeling, and what is their next move, what is their next action. Okay, and then looking at the 3 things you should be aware of, be more cautious of the next few weeks, and then your advice at the end. Okay, so I hope you guys will join me on there. The link will be below. If not, thank you so much for being here and for watching. I hope this helped you out somehow. Gave you some clarity, some insight or information you may be looking for. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post. And I wish you guys all the best. I'm sending you lots of healing, love, happiness, abundance, and I will probably be posting your weeklies now, maybe on Fridays and Saturdays every week. We'll see. I'll try to find like a certain routine, a certain schedule that fits better for you guys. So you let me know, when would you like me to post your weeklies? If you prefer like Fridays or, Friday nights, Saturday mornings, Saturday nights, or Sundays, let me know. Okay. And thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate it so much. And I'm wishing you all the best for these next few weeks and moving forward. Okay. And I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.